Freestyle Travel. Hey everybody, Kenflannery here. I'm your host for the Freestyle Travel Show. This is our second episode, I guess all of us, the grand episode with video. So if you're listening, take a look on YouTube and you can just watch me sit here. And if I'm feeling real ambitious, I'll pepper in some B-roll footage from the stories I'm about to tell you. So I just kind of turned the microphone on and the camera on without thinking about it too much, so I got to remember where I'm at. I'm in New Orleans. That was quick. Where was I the last episode? That's a much better question. I was in Dallas, or I was outside of Dallas with Liz Stewart. You can watch that episode, listen to that episode, talking to her outside of Dallas. And yeah, since then I've made some moves. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about that. It's all Texas. It's all Texas. Got a cruise coming up. Also, huge news in my world and your world if you're into beer and travel. My show, Hopping the Backpacking Beer Adventure, is finally premiering April 26th, Tuesday. And then every Tuesday from there on out, I'm going to put out episodes on YouTube. And it turns out, it looks incredible. Like, show might as well be on any TV channel, network, Netflix, anything you want. Like, it looks that good quality-wise, and it's awesome. If you don't know about it, if you haven't been following the show, I hitchhike to breweries and film the adventure and talk to the brewers and sample other beers and kind of showcase these breweries. Had one season on YouTube and filmed last season started in Denver, and filmed and hitchhiked until Portland, through like Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Washington. Yeah, it was incredible. So yeah, all that's coming out. I'm super excited about it. I hope you are too. Get on YouTube, youtube.com/hopping, or just Google Hopping Backpacking Beer Adventure. You'll find it. Subscribe. I'm trying to get those numbers up. And yeah, I think that's going to be a blast. So starting with that. The only other thing, this podcast costs like $135 to host, and then like another $15 for the domain name and stuff. That's all it costs a year. So if anybody is liking the show and wants to like support the show, I don't have like ads, so I'm just kind of just doing this for fun. But if anyone is liking it and wants to chip in a little bit, my Cash App is kenflannery. My Venmo is kenflannery. If you feel like it, $5, or you do the whole amount. I don't care. If I get anything over the like $150, I'll spend it on beer and food and whatever other good times. But yeah, if you feel like doing that, do that. Keep the podcast going. And if you don't, whatever. I'll find a way to scrape some money together, and it'll keep going either way. Good times. Let me play that little music I like to play, and then I'll tell you about the past month. A lot of good hitchhiking rides. A lot of good times. So we'll get into that. Let's do it. All right. So yeah, I was on that like wedding event space property with my friend Liz. That was the last podcast. And while I was there, I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. I was getting into the editing for that hopping show. So I knew I kind of wanted to keep doing that. And then a buddy of mine saw I was in Texas and reminded me that South by Southwest was going on. He's like, come on over to Austin if you want. So I was like, definitely, most definitely. And that's what I did. I went and stayed with him for a little bit. Went to all the South by Southwest stuff. He had all the clues as to where like the free stuff was, the good music, free drinks, free food, places to get in like that. So many of the days just went into town and kind of wandered and went to different events and check stuff out. In the meantime, my friend that I stayed with, shout out Kyle, I had met at beer camp at Sierra Nevada. So obviously like a great beer person and works at Oscar Blues part-time. So we were sure to go to a bunch of breweries. And by the time I left, actually, Austin altogether, I think I went to like, not 20 breweries, but more than 15. Austin's got some good stuff too. There weren't really many duds in there. Maybe one or two. Not really. It was pretty good. So, yeah, stayed with Kyle, and then I'm just like chipping away during the day, most days, on episodes of Hopping, graphics and actual editing episodes and just making it look cool. I'm getting better at video editing as I upload this video, which is just one shot of me talking to y'all. But at least we have video now, don't we? So yeah, just getting into that, and then Kyle was taken off on a trip of his own, and I was thinking of heading somewhere. I got the cruise coming up, so that's why I'm here now. So I knew I had to be here where I am now, if I didn't mention it already, New Orleans. I know I'm drinking a PBR, but I'm in like the hood, and the closest corner store is like permanently window only, so I couldn't even look at the beer, and I didn't want to waste the girls' time. Like, I did ask what IPAs they had. They just had Lagunitas, so I just went for PBR, tried and true, cheap, tolerable beer. But anyways, yes, I get sidetracked here. I'm in New Orleans now. But yeah, when I left, or when my buddy left Austin, I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to go. But I had another friend in Austin I had kind of just met, and he's like really into video, like makes some sick shit. Mario is his name, and he does stuff for like real estate and just crushes it. So I was like, all right, I want to hang out with him and like, you know, see if some of that wears off on me, see if I can learn a thing or two and just like hang out and kick it. So I ended up kicking it with him for another, like over a week in Austin, hanging out, talking about video, playing disc golf, going to more breweries, really just enjoying it. And it was all pretty easy. Like, even the hitchhiking to Austin was, yeah, just like 3 rides to get there. That was easy. Austin was easy and like free for a lot of stuff and really good times. And got to explore different areas of it. But finally I was like, all right, I got to start making my way to New Orleans. My friend is coming soon. Oh, I'm in the Airbnb he rented. So I'll get to all this, but he's coming soon. Fucking stoked. Go get a beer. It's like, I'm recording this it's almost 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Gotta go get a beer and some food. He's never been to New Orleans before. But yeah, so back to Austin. I was like, all right, time to start moving. And I had a friend in Houston I wanted to see too, and that's kind of not a midway point. If you're gonna drive from Houston to New Orleans, it's about 8 hours. And what did I say? If you're gonna go from Austin to New Orleans, it's about 8 hours, and Houston is like 2.5, 3 hours from Austin. So breaks up the trip a little bit. And my buddy there is like really into beer as well, and just a cool guy. So that was the plan. So my friend Mario in Austin dropped me off to hitchhike to Houston on the 290, and yeah, super chill. I got 3 rides, all pretty quick. The first ride was some woman, real short ride. The next ride was also kind of short. This guy, the speckled in white paint. I've never seen, it was comical. Like, it looked like he just got blasted with like a mist of paint and just it's not acknowledged at all. It's like his whole face, just like every like wrinkle in his face. It was like movie quality, funny. Super nice dude. And then these 2 girls, they were actually really interesting too. 2 girls about my age, and they go to medical clinics for anywhere from like 2 days to like 2 weeks to as much as 3 months, where they get like, they're doing testing for medical, like new drugs and stuff. They said mostly like pills and liquids. They kind of avoid anything with spinal taps. They said, avoid the spinal taps. But it was crazy. They were telling me about it, and they're like, you can go to these studies and they put you there for, you know, a certain amount of time, but if like 11 days get you $8,000. So if you're willing to test and be a guinea pig for some drug, apparently that's going on. And we talked about that the whole way to Houston. And yeah, the one girl who's new to it, she's been doing it for 12 months and she's gone to 6 of these things. And the other girl I think's been doing it for much longer. And she even did a 3-month one, but you're not allowed to leave. But she got like $54,000 for 3 months studies. Anyways, that was the conversation. I get to Houston, I catch up with my buddy. Sure enough, we go to a brewery, have a good time. I just spent the night there. He drops me off at in downtown Houston by like 7 a.m. the next morning. And not ideal for hitchhiking, but it was early, so that's a benefit. And I did end up walking like 2 hours just to get to like a spot and then some before I got a ride. And it was this girl, pretty girl actually. But she had a little kid in a car seat. I don't know how old that makes him, 1 year old or something. She pulls up and she's like, "What are you doing? Like, are you okay? You need a ride, this and that." But I'm just talking to her through the window, and I told her I'm going to New Orleans, and she's going, you know, blocks away, a couple exits away, not far. She was more just like curious slash like a helpful, compassionate person kind of vibe. Not picking up a hitchhiker necessarily, but she's like, you know, like I can't, with the kid in the car, she just didn't feel totally about it, giving me a ride. But she's like, "Let me take your phone number." And then she just said, "Fuck it, just get in." Which is also funny because the passenger side door didn't work, so I had to like climb through the window. My backpack and everything. So jumped in, and she ended up taking me like a few more exits more than where she was going, just because she was enjoying talking and stuff. So we chatted up. And yeah, it was a long day, y'all, because she dropped me off, and then I walked for like another 2 hours, 3 hours, something, until I got the next ride. Super nice girl from Honduras picked me up there, and she didn't really speak any English, and my Spanish is like never been that great and particularly rusty now. But we were able to communicate and talk through like a Translate app, but it was still unclear. She ended up driving me to Beaumont, Texas, but I think she did it just to do it. Like, I don't think she was going but like an exit or two, but I could be wrong. But I kind of got the vibe like she's like, "I picked you up, I feel like helping you out, so I'll go like an hour. Like, I'll drive an hour just for fun, wherever that gets us," which happened to be Beaumont, Texas. I'm not positive, maybe she lived there, but it really seemed like she was just doing that to be super nice. Stopped at a gas station, got me a slice of pizza, that kind of thing. So start walking some more, and then I walked for like another like 3-4 hours, just trudging along the highway, just not getting a ride, like feeling like a ghost, like no one's stopping. Like, it started to really feel the sunburn too. Like, there was one point where I couldn't even look at traffic, like, because that's where the sun was hitting me in the face. So I looked at traffic, so I was like back to traffic with my thumb out, which is kind of the worst thing you can do. It still gets you rides sometimes, but ideally you want to be looking at people so they can see your face and you can emote emotions and connect on some kind of level. But yeah, I was like, literally couldn't. I was burning out. I think I look alright. How do I look? I'm not burned anymore. Maybe I am. I don't know, I can't even tell. But anyways, I came over like a little lip in the road, and I saw a pickup truck pulled over. So I'm like, "Oh shit, someone stopped." So I like ran real far. So now I'm like sweating. It's hot as hell. It's like probably 90 degrees. I finally get up to this pickup truck, and I look through the window, and the woman like rolls down the window, and turns out she just ran out of gas. She did not stop for me, but like because of the lip in the road, like I hadn't seen that she'd been there for like half an hour apparently. But she was like, "Just, yeah, you can sit down. Like, my husband's like 3 minutes away, and he's got a can of gas." And she's like, "I'm only going a few exits up, but I can get you that far." So I'm like, hell yeah, I'll get off my feet for a second, sit down, cool off. And sure enough, her husband showed up, and yeah, we were cruising shortly after. And she got me a few exits up. I went to a fast food joint just to like cool down with some water, and that just like rejuvenated my spirit. Take a sip of beer here. Just drink a PBR for reasons I already mentioned. And yeah, just drank down a bunch of liquid, was feeling pretty good. Got on the road, and I told my buddy at this point, it was like 5 p.m. And I'm still like a 4-hour drive from New Orleans. So I was like, "Dude, I don't think I'm going to make it, like, but maybe. And if not, by tomorrow." Sure enough, I'm walking, and I walked for like an hour, and then this girl on the side street, I got rides from all girls that day. That doesn't happen all the time, like all rides. It's like 4 for 4. But anyways, like, because she rolled up on a side street, I sort of assumed like, oh, this is going to be like a 10-mile ride, because she didn't stop on the highway. Like, Texas, like, there's no fences between the highway and like the frontage road, so she was on the frontage road. And I just thought like, oh, okay, this is someone local who's nice and going to give me a ride, but like, But sure enough, she's like, where are you going? I said, New Orleans. She's like, whoa, I'm going to New Orleans. I'm like, what? So what happened is she had passed me, thought about it for like 10 minutes, she said, and then turned around and decided, like, yeah, she wanted to pick me up. So, wild. It worked out for both of us. We chatted each other's ears off like crazy. It was one of those rides, just great, constant conversation, both just like inspiring and laughing at each other, like, for the full like 3-4 hours we were together. And she dropped me off directly at my buddy's place, punched this thing in the GPS. My buddy had chili ready for her. It was good times had by all. So that's how I rolled into New Orleans, and I'm here for the cruise. And I don't think I fully explained the cruise on this podcast, because I just assume y'all listen to other stuff, which of course you probably haven't, or you might have. For those of you who haven't, I won the cruise in Vegas, and it was like 2 free cruise vouchers. So it leaves out of New Orleans and it goes to the Caribbean. So I've caught you up on where I'm at. So I'll do what I always do and play that good times music, and then the outro I'll explain like what's about to happen like real soon. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Other stuff. I'm just reading a text message, getting excited. Yeah. Let me play that funky music and let me tell you what's about to happen next. All right. So yeah, hitchhiked here to New Orleans. Fucking beautiful day. Like, you know, beautiful day is in like got crazy, sunburn, long waits, and then magic. So anyways, got here, been catching up with my friend the last couple nights, couch surfing with him. My other buddy is flying in here he might have already landed, but he's going to get here to this Airbnb that he rented in less than an hour, about an hour. That's why I'm squeezing this in. Maybe I'll do a podcast with him too. I don't know. But in case I don't, I'm trying to get this out before I go on the cruise, which is on Sunday. This is being recorded on a Friday. So that's what's up. I've never been on a cruise before in this capacity. Once when I was like kind of a kid. But this is like, there's going to be an open bar. There's going to be a bunch of buffets, open buffets, like all that's good to go. And I guess we're stopping at a few islands. Going to go snorkel, check out some ruins and shit. Like, it's going to be nuts. Like I said, I haven't been on a cruise, so is there going to be weird shit? Is there going to be like extra cool stuff? I have no idea. But I know I'm going to make some fun of it. Drink the last of this beer and crack the next one. So, I'm really excited. And my buddy has never been to New Orleans, period. So, like I said, he's showing up here in the hour. So, we'll go out and catch a bar, grab some food. We got all day tomorrow to check out all the stuff. I'm sure he's got like a couple things in mind, and I got plenty of places to take us for beers. There's some breweries, but also just do some like real New Orleans stuff, get some good food, all the stuff. A little bit of time on Sunday morning, and then yeah, 7 days. So assuming that I upload this before we leave, if you don't hear from me for the next week, I don't think I'm gonna have much for Wi-Fi. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll get some, but I'll just be having good times. And yeah, and then once I get back, it's like full on hopping. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'll hang out in New Orleans for a day or a week when I get back, or thoughts of Mississippi, thoughts of Arizona, thoughts of Wyoming, thoughts of California. Holy shit! Oh, I don't want to say something crazy might happen, but I'm not gonna know until I get back from the cruise. That'll be okay. If that happens, I'll be in California. I'll tell you about it either way, but I'm waiting until it happens or not. That'll be nuts. Yeah, but mostly the show. I'm so stoked. Any of you guys who are listening or watching still like are into the shit, and I guarantee you're gonna love the show. The first episode, like I said, Tuesday, April 26th, and then every Tuesday from that point on, from Denver to Portland, all these breweries, like, it just turned out great with this camera and the drone and everything. Like, weird shit happened at the end with my buddy Nick. not filming as much and bailing out in the end. And I think even despite all that, like, even those later episodes are going to be killers. Like, yeah. I like the first season quite a bit, but this is like another level. It's going to be, it's going to be wicked. If you like beer, if you like travel, if you like just hanging out. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I mentioned everything. Yeah, the Cash App Venmo thing, if any of y'all feel like doing that, it's just Ken Flannery, # Ken Flannery. I don't know how Venmo does it, @ but yeah, it's like $150 a year to do this podcast, so it's not crazy, but I am basically broke right now. I'm not worried about it because I feel like something amazing is about to happen. I got many opportunities money-wise, but anyways, I feel obligated to say that. Mention all the other stuff. I think we're good here. I'm stoked. Even though I'm drinking PBR. I like PBR, but Urban South tomorrow, maybe. Anyways, breweries, good stuff, good times. This is the outro, so let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Have some good times, and so much good stuff to come very soon. Hopefully with y'all, too. Yeah, until next time. I will see you down there.
I need a new escape. With all my shit straight, I'll get my big brain.